Sunday about up and over moments, and I hope that you're having kind of an up and over moment week. You know, like on the remote control, when you really want to break through, we call that like an up and over moment. So let this deeper dive, as you're heading into this week, really serve as that up and over for you. As you dive into the scriptures we have for you this week, God has got something. It is going to be an up and over week. Let's do it. Hey church family, I want to welcome you to this week's Deeper Dive. I hope that you're able to be a part of the weekend service either online or with us at church. God is doing just some really cool things at our churches. We're all trying to mobilize right now on this real one specific tactic. It's, you know, we're all called to be a light and shine, and I know our churches, we invite people so many times. I can't tell you how my desk is just flooded with notes that I write every single week of like first time visitors saying thanks for visiting us, and we do that all the time. But right now, to have this specific kind of emphasis where we're all trying to invite people together, it's just fun to do things together. And I'm hearing stories just flood in right now about people saying, hey, pray for this person at, you know, the place where I eat breakfast all the time. And it's just changing for all of us the way we look at what are not chance encounters during the day, but real opportunities to connect people to Christ, which is what we say we're all about. And so November 23rd, 24th, big weekend for us as a church to just proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ and all be amazed together. I mean, just imagine the baptisms that are going to be happening later this year because of seeds that are planted now when we're engaging the kingdom. And so we really looked at Acts 3, 4, and 5 is kind of the roller coaster ride of the beginning of the church in the very beginning of the book of Acts. It is such an incredible just series of events. But welcome to Deeper Dive. There's always something deeper in God's word for us. And so one section that we actually kind of skipped over that's in there is this whole crazy story about Ananias and Sapphira. It's really, I want for this to be our Deeper Dive kind of like think about this weekend. And because it would be its own message in and of itself. But, you know, if you remember, the guys are preaching, Peter and John, they're preaching, they're thrown in jail. Stop it, we won't stop it. They come out of jail. They go and they pray together as a church, and God shakes the walls of the house that they're in, and they're back preaching again. They're thrown into jail. Stop it, we won't. And in the midst of all of that happening, miracles happening. The church focusing on prayer, the church focusing on proclaiming the gospel. Persecution is happening. In the middle of all of that, there are people that are playing church. There are people that are taking the power of God and the seriousness of the kingdom of God flippantly or casually, and they lie to the elders about something that they didn't have to do. God didn't expect it. They were just trying to engage in the church in a way, but the way they did it was false, and God just kind of lays down. They die. And spoiler alert, okay, they die in the story because of the way they so casually interacted with the kingdom. And so this week, I hope, my prayer is that as we're looking at these first three chapters, kind of absorbing this, that we'll just get the power that's a part of the kingdom of God, the seriousness about what we interact with. This is life and death, and God doesn't play games. He invites us to come and be a part of an incredible life in sharing the gospel with them. But at the same time, the stakes going to be in the iron, and it's an amazing adventure. And so this is your time to truly connect people to Christ, put on a jersey, and be in the game. Look at Acts chapter 5 and kind of dive through this story of this couple and how they engage the church, and just see the power of God, and let that all actually be an encouragement to you that God is real, God is moving, and you're going to be part of it. Church, this week, let's dive deeper. It's an up and over moment. Let's have up and over moments. God bless.